After the Dallas Cowboys came out of their bye week, the big question is, did they actually win it? You know how that goes. It's not a real game, but fans like to judge the mood around the team as either a win or a loss depending on how things feel. So, did the Cowboys come out on top of the bye week? Drop a Y if you think they did, or an L if you think they didn't down in the comments. Now, let's jump into the latest rumors and updates surrounding America's team. Let's start with the situation involving Quandre Diggs. Could another member of the Diggs family be joining the Cowboys? The Tennessee Titans released Quandre Diggs ahead of Week 10 of the NFL season. Here's how that played out. Diggs, being a veteran, no longer fit what the Titans needed. They wanted to give more playing time to their young safety, Kevin Winston Jr., a second-day draft selection from Penn State. Tennessee couldn't find a trade partner before the deadline, and ultimately both sides decided it was best to part ways. Diggs reportedly felt it was simply not the right situation anymore, despite being with his cousin Cam Ward. Now, the Cowboys safety unit hasn't exactly been shining, so could Diggs be a worthwhile addition? This season, he's recorded 30 tackles and a single pass breakup. He hasn't been spectacular, but he's provided steady, veteran-level play, someone who can fill in the gaps when needed. The Cowboys' safety depth is pretty thin right now. Marquez Bell hasn't developed as expected, and Malik Hooker has been dealing with injuries. Thomas appears to have moved past his migraine problems, and Donovan Wilson could be back this week. However, Israel Mukuoma, or Elijah Clark, depending on the latest injury report, might miss the upcoming game due to a rib issue. Altogether, the safety group has been underwhelming, and adding a reliable veteran like Diggs might actually upgrade the position. So here's the question. If you were the Cowboys, would you sign Quandre Diggs? Type Y for yes or N for no in the comments below. Personally, I wouldn't be against it. The Cowboys' safety play has been inconsistent, and none of the current players are standing out. Donovan Wilson hasn't looked sharp, Malik Hooker is dealing with health concerns, and neither Thomas nor Bell has broken out. Honestly, I'm not sure they ever will. However, the Cowboys tend to stand by their current roster. They're a "we like our guys" type of team. Plus, they've already committed financially to a few of those names. Another factor is whether Quandre Diggs himself would even be interested. At this stage in his career, would he want to join a 5-3 team still figuring itself out? Sure, it's Texas, it's the Cowboys, and that comes with some prestige. But Diggs might be more interested in joining a real championship contender, something he definitely didn't have with the Titans, even though he got to play alongside his cousin. So, while I think it could make sense for Dallas, it all depends on whether both sides are actually motivated to make it happen. For now, we'll just have to wait and see how things unfold. We'll keep an eye on the situation. Personally, I wouldn't be upset if the Cowboys did decide to bring Quandre Diggs in, but I'm still skeptical that either side will be strongly motivated to make it happen. Dallas tends to stick with its own players, and there's a point in every season where it makes more sense to evaluate your younger talent than to rely on veterans. The team might want to see more from Wayne Thomas or give Malik Bell additional snaps instead of signing an older safety, the very same issue the Titans faced before letting Diggs go. From Diggs' perspective, he might not be too eager either. If the Cowboys drop another game or two and find themselves sitting at 4-6 or 4-7, they could easily fall out of playoff contention. At that stage in his career, would Diggs really want to spend what's left of his playing years with a team that's clearly not a contender? That could be a major sticking point for him. Today's show, by the way, is brought to you by Prize Picks. The excitement of football gets even better with Prize Picks, and while the temperatures may be dropping, that thrill of nailing your picks never fades. Keep the season rolling with Prize Picks and get $50 in bonus lineups when you enter your first $5 entry. The concept is simple. Choose whether players will record more or less than the projected stats, pick at least 2 athletes, make your selections, and if you're right, you cash out. Prize Picks even lets you stack up to 3 times in a single lineup, something no other app offers. Here's a sample slate our producer Jack Lave cooked up for Thursday and Sunday's games. Drake May to record more passing yards against the still questionable Jets defense. Trevon Diggs to find the end zone. Zach Ertz to score a touchdown against a Dolphins secondary that has struggled covering tight ends. Plus, the app now includes a social feed where you can follow other Prize Picks users, check out their plays, and even copy their lineups with one tap. So go download the Prize Picks app today and use the promo code CLNS to get $50 in bonus lineups after you play your first $5 entry.
That's CLNS for an instant $50 boost once you try your first lineup. Prize Picks. It feels good to be right. You'll find the link in both the comments and the description of today's show. Now, shifting gears, let's move on to the other Diggs, the original one, Trevon Diggs. Brian Broaddus had some thoughts on him recently.